And I learned to tell you so. In all my work, whether it's books or lectures or songs, I write songs for a number of people. However it is, I mean to tell you, you're the best we have, young men and women. We need you desperately. We need you to continue to develop yourself and develop courage. It's the most important of all the virtues, because without courage, you can't practice any other virtue consistently. You can't be consistently kind or fair or generous. You can't be that consistent. You can be anything erratically, but to be that thing constantly, you have to have courage. Because people, even in your family, will say, "Are you still seeing those people? Don't you know those are white folks? Do you know what they did to us? Don't you know those are black people? Don't you know you can't, don't you know those are Spanish-speaking people? Don't you know who maybe they're, not here legally. Don't you know these are Asian, these are Jews, these are Arabs." Without courage, men and women, you can't practice fair play. Not because, what you have to do is say, yes, my parents or my people said that. I don't believe it. Doesn't make sense to me. No. It is important that you develop courage. Now, don't expect that you can develop courage all of a sudden. If you wanted to pick up a 100-pound weight, you wouldn't just go out and pick up a 100-pound weight. You would start picking up a 5-pound weight, and a 10, and 20, and 40, and finally you can pick up 100 pounds. Well, see, I think that if you think you can just be brave and all of a sudden, I don't think so. You can pretend, but to be that thing, really, you have to develop courage. One of the ways I suggest is don't sit in any company when there are racial pejoratives used. Just don't do it. I will not sit in company of black people who use that N-word. I will not. I won't do it. You're not in my house, you don't. Not in me, you don't. I know that the word was created to dehumanize people. Take the humanity out of somebody. And so, I know it's poison. I know that there are people who say, "Oh, I can use it because I'm all right, I'm black." No. If it was created as poison, if it's poison in a little vial that says POISON, and there's a skull and bones, you can take that whole content and pour it into Bavarian crystal. It's still poison. It's poison. I will not have it around me. I would say, "Excuse me, not me, you don't. I'm not here." No, I would not use I would not use any pejoratives that belittle any other human being. Spanish speaking, Native American, alley-you, no, nobody, no. Now, mind you, I don't encourage you to just jump up and say, "Get out and no. I must tell you, I was at 20th Century Fox as the first black female director-producer. And they had given me this magnificent office with sofas and all sorts of things. And some of the suits came over, the men came over, and they were standing around posing in my office. And I had an office, and then my secretary had an office, and the receptionist had an office. And these guys were standing around, and they used the pejoratives, the racial pejoratives, that the person, the race they were putting down was not represented in the group. And I said, "Excuse me, you can't use that in my office." And they looked at me like, what? I said, you're not in my office. No, you can't use that pejorative. And the fellow said, well, nobody here. I mean, we're not saying it's about anybody here. I said, no, but I mean in my office. That's poison. Not in my office. In one of the real big suits said, your office? So I said, okay, you gave me the office, but I'm occupying it. And they were standing there with their shirts all cut down to here, lots of gold chains all in the hair, and I said, no. Right now, it's my office now, and you can't. And they said, well, we gave you the office, and so I don't think you're in a position to put us out. I said, no, but I will get out. So I walked out of the office, through the secretary's office, past the receptionist's office, down the steps, and realized I left my purse. I mean, I couldn't go back. I died first. So I hid in the bushes. So I encourage you, before you get up and walk out, make sure you have the keys to your car.